as it is, which is based on the teaching of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, who's fondly called as the Prabhupada and who's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Okay, and we'll take the blessings of Sri Sri Radha Govinda deity, and under the directions of Namanishta Das Prabhu, we are doing this Bhagavad Gita classes, right? And so today is the 8th chapter. So before we start the class, let's take the blessings of the Guru and then start our chapter. Okay, so Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjaya Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, I want all of you to recite along with me.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's start today's chapter. Today we are doing the 18th chapter, and the title of the chapter is Akshara Brahma Yoga, that is attaining the supreme. Okay, so yesterday the Lord told, okay, that He is the creator. He is maintaining everything on the universe, and He's also the destroyer, right? He told that. Okay, so Arjuna has some questions for Lord Sri Krishna in today's chapter. Okay, so let's see what are those questions. So Arjuna is inquiring, okay, oh my Lord, oh Supreme Person, what is Brahma? What is the self? What are fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? And what are demigods? Please explain this to me. Okay, so Arjuna has so many questions for the Lord. Okay, he's asking who is Brahma, what is self, okay, and what is fruitive activities. Arjuna is not clear about karma, about what is fruitive activities, and what is this material world and its manifestations. And again, God is he's calling the other gods as Krishna tells that I am the supreme personality, the others are the demigods. So he wants to understand about demigods. Okay, and he also asks who is the Lord of sacrifice and how does he live in the body. Oh Madhusudana. Okay, so he's calling Lord Krishna as Madhusudana. Okay, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Okay, and also God said that only if you are determined in devotional service, then only you will be able to realize me, right? He told yesterday. And then Arjuna is asked, he wants to know how to engage in a devotional service. How should one realize when at the time of death? How do one realize that? Say for all my life I don't remember Lord Krishna, okay, and at least at the time of death I should be able to remember him, right? And so he's asking how should one remember you. Okay, all these questions Arjuna is asking, and now Krishna starts telling him, he starts explaining. With Arjuna we are also getting to understand how to realize the Lord, right? So he says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, The indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahma, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the self. Action pertaining to the development of material bodies of the living entity is called karma or the fruitive activities. Okay, so he's telling the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called as the Brahma, and his eternal nature is called as Adhyatma, the self. Okay, that is so if you see here in this entire universe, I also showed yesterday also, right? So why he says that because he's the creator, okay, and he is residing in every planets, in all planets he's residing, in all these meteorites, everything. Okay, in this entire cosmic world he is living. You can see Krishna in all these bubbles. Okay, so these represent all different types of planets and the meteorites, everything that is there in the solar system, galaxy, right? So in every component, the God is there. Okay, and he's saying the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called as the Brahma, and his eternal nature is called as the Adhyatma, the self. Action pertaining to the development of material bodies of the living entity is called the karma or the fruitive activities. What the material body? So this is the material. The earth is called as the material world. Okay, and the creator of this material world is Brahma. Okay, that's why we call. So if you your parent, we all know that Brahma is the creator, Shiva is the destroyer, and Vishnu is the maintainer. Okay, but Lord Krishna, okay, or Vishnu creates, or Lord Krishna is the creator of Brahma. Okay, and Brahma will create the material world. Okay, so it is like that, and that's why we call Brahma as the creator. Okay, but actually the main creator is, okay, the the main creator is, or the creator of the universe is actually Lord Krishna. Okay, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the self. And what this self does, what activity in this material world, the body, the material body, what activities it does, that is called as the karma or the fruitive activities. And he says, oh, best of the embodied being. He calls Arjuna as the best of the embodied being. Okay, that is, Arjuna is considered to be the best among all in the on the universe there at that time. Okay, oh, best of the embodied being, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called Adibhuta, that is the material manifestation. Okay, that is the changes that happen, right? The body keeps changing at different instants of time, right? That's why it is called as Adibhuta, the universal form of the Lord, which includes all demigods like those of the sun and the moon, is called Adidaiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represent as the super soul in the heart of every embodied being. And the Supreme Soul is called as the Adi Yagna. Okay, we know, right, that Lord Krishna resides in second chapter. He told you are not the body or the soul, right? And he also told us that he resides in our heart, okay, as Paramatma in the four-handed form. Okay, in the form that you see here in this picture. This is the four-handed form of the Lord. So he resides in this form in our hearts. Okay, so and he is called as the Adi Yagna. Okay, yeah. Antakale cha mama eva smaran mukva kalevarim ya prayatti samadbhavam yati nasti yatra samshayaha. Okay, and here he's saying, and whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Okay, the God is telling that even if you even if you don't remember the whole life, you don't remember, but at least when you are dying, we remember the Lord. Okay, even when you die, you remember him. Okay, he will reach the Lord. Okay, that's what God is telling. Okay, Krishna is telling. Okay, so he's he doesn't mind. Okay, like how our parents, right, whatever mistake we do, but they always accept us, right? They always try to correct us. They always accept us. They always want to put us in the right path, right? So even Krishna is like that. Okay, Krishna is like that. So he will never let go his devotees. Okay, whatever time you remember him, whichever time you remember him. Okay, so he will always keep track of that, and he will say that whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this, there is no doubt. And he says it attains my nature. That is what is considered to be, okay, very near to the God, or say is considered as good natured. Okay. And then whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. And he also says, God also says, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Okay. And he also says that when we die, what we remember, or whatever, to what we have developed attachment. Okay. To what we have developed attachment, and if we are leaving this body, then we will attain that state itself, God is saying. So it is always better to always think about the Lord. Okay, so here you can see the picture. Okay, in this picture, and here you can see that this is Bhishma Pitamaha, right? And he's lying on the bed of arrows that is created by Arjuna, right? During the war. Okay, so he will put down his weapon, right? And later he knows that he cannot no longer fight the war, because that Ambika, okay, she comes in the form of a transgender, right? And he will not want to wage a war against a transgender, and therefore he will put down all his weapon, and he is defeated in that way. Okay, and then Arjuna will kill him. Okay, I mean, he will injure him. Okay, and then he will be made to lie on the bed of arrows, because Bhishma has a blessing that his mother would have blessed. Okay, that his father. Okay, so whenever he I mean, he can decide his death. Okay, when he decides his death, only he is going to die. Okay, that is the blessing he has, or that is the boon he has. Okay, and so Bhishma is he always why he lives for so long years is because he wanted to hand over Hastinapur. Okay, Hastinapur to a very good king. Okay, and that's why he always feels that he should hand over the kingdom to Yudhishthira. Okay, because Yudhishthira is considered to be the Dharma Raja. Okay, who always follows dharma. Okay, so he wanted the Yudhishthira to be the king, and then he was ready to leave the body. Okay, or he had decided to die. But it so happens that because of the greed of Duryodhana and the greed of Dhritarashtra, okay, Yudhishthira will not be given, or the Pandavas will not be given the land, and they end up fighting the war in Kurukshetra, right, facing each other in the battlefield. And it so happens, yeah, when he is injured in the battlefield, Arjuna will make him lie on the bed of arrows, and at that time he starts reciting. Okay, at that time he starts reciting Lord Krishna's name. Okay, that is only the Vishnu Sahasranama. Most of you must have heard your at homes. Okay, everybody chants that. Okay, Vishnu Sahasranama. That is 1,000 names of Vishnu. He starts reciting Vishnu because he knows that this war, because the Lord himself is on the Pandavas side, he is sure that Pandavas will win the battle. Okay, Bhishma Pitamaha knows that Pandavas will win the battle, and therefore he starts remembering the Lord. He starts chanting his name because he wants to leave his body peacefully. Okay, handing over the kingdom. Okay, and also he's at the end. Okay, the last day. Okay, when they win the battle. Okay, so you can see he is giving some advice to all the Pandavas here. Okay, so you can see all the 5 Pandavas are sitting around him, and he is giving the advice to them. Okay, because Krishna instructs Yudhishthira. Okay, This is after the battle. Okay, that is Pandavas would have won, and Bhishma Pitamaha will get to know that Pandavas have won, and so Yudhishthira will definitely be the next king. Okay, and so and that time, and he's ready to leave his body, or he's ready to die, accept death at that time. Okay, but Krishna will instruct the Pandavas, take advice from your grandfather. Okay, you all of you should take the advice from your grandfather before he leaves his body. Okay, and then he starts advising all of them. Okay, he starts advising Yudhishthira what he should do, what as a king, as a king, what is more important. Okay, when you are ruling a kingdom. Okay, so what all things he has to follow. He gives advice to all the 5 Pandavas here. Okay, that is the scene that is the scene that is happening here, or being shown here. So you can see Narada Muni also has come to witness his death. Okay, and because even Bhishma is very pious, and he's so respectful for his parents. I mean, his father. Okay, he would have promised his father. Okay, and so he will keep up that promise till the end of his death. Okay, and that's why he's also considered to be very pious. And this so his chanting of the Lord's name is also called as the Bhishma Stuti. Okay, and God says that when when one is leaving the body, and if he remembers me, they will always come back to me, he says. And again, we have another story. Okay, so this is a story of Bharat Maharaj. Okay, so Bharat Maharaj is another very prominent king, and he'll be a very devotional king. Okay, who always performs the yagnas and yagas to please the Lord. Okay, and he's always God loving, and it so happens, so before he'll be the king, and later he'll have 4 sons, and he in his old age he wants to quit the kingdom. Okay, and devote his entire life. He wants to the next life, the entire old age he wants to devote to the Lord. Okay, and so what he does, he will make his elder son as the king, and he'll return to the forest. Okay, so that he can practice spirituality and he can continue his services to the Lord. Okay, and when he comes to the forest, he starts performing everyday yagna. He keeps only meditating, chanting the holy name, and all that he does. And it so happens that one day when he's doing that, he sees that when he'll be near a river. Okay, his hut will be near the river, and he sees that near the river a mother deer. Okay, a mother deer will be drinking water. Okay, and suddenly there will be a roar of lion. Okay, lions roar, and then it so happens that the mother deer gets very scared. Okay, and she feels that the tiger the lion may kill her. Okay, and she'll be actually pregnant. Okay, she'll be having a baby in the womb. Okay, but the lion's roar is so much that it gets scared, and it will immediately she'll deliver the baby also. Okay, and the baby falls off inside the river. Okay, and the mother dies for the shock. Okay, the mother dies and the baby is born, and Jadabharata the Bharat Maharaj will see that. Okay, and immediately he sees the baby is born. He picks up the baby. Okay, so here you can see he picks up the baby, and he'll start looking after the baby. Okay, he starts caring, because in front of his eyes only he saw the mother died because of the fear that the lion will kill, and she gave birth to the baby, but she died. Okay, and then he sees that nobody is there for the small deer that is born, and so he starts looking after the deer. And see, he's left everything. He has left his sons, he has left his kingdom, he's left his countrymen, all attachment he has left, and he's come here to the forest only to please the Lord, or only to spend his all time doing the devotional service. But it so happens that when this deer incident happens, he starts looking after the deer, he develops an attachment to the deer. Okay, he develops an attachment to the deer, and it so happens that one day what happens, he will not allow the deer to go anywhere. I mean, he's always keeping track of the deer, where it goes, like how we look after the pet at home, right? We are so careful that we don't want to let it outside. We are scared to leave it on the road, right? We'll be very careful monitoring it, where it went, where what it did, and all. The same way, Bharat Maharaj will also, he develops the attachment to the deer, that he is always keeping track, and he's worried when it is not seen for some time. He's worried. He gets worried. Where did the deer go? What happened to it? And all that. Okay. And then it so happens that one day the deer, he won't be able to find the deer for quite some days. Okay. And he gets very worried, and he's in that mood only. And he also completely, he goes in search of the deer, and he completely forget his actual purpose for which he had come to the forest. Okay, he completely forgets doing his penance, doing his yagna, everything he leave off. Okay, and he's only searching for the deer, and he becomes mentally, he gets disturbed because the deer is not found. Okay, and slowly he will also, because of the age, he will die. Okay, but when he's dying also, he's thinking of the deer. Okay, he thinks of the deer, but he'll be a very pious person. He would have done so much of devotional service. But at the end moment, okay, when he is dying, he's thinking, he's not thinking of the Lord, but he's thinking of the deer. So he has developed an attachment to the deer. So what happens when he dies? He will again come back to this material world, okay? And he will be born in a Brahmin family. And that time, because of his previous birth, he would have done so much of devotional services. God gives him another birth where he will be completely, he will surrender to the Lord. Okay, in the next birth, he'll be born as Jadabharata. Okay, and in his next birth, he will be able to overcome that attachment too. Okay, and he will completely surrender to the Lord, and he will meet his hand. Okay, so he is yeah. Sorry. So he's reborn as Jadabharata, okay, because of the attachment to the deer, okay, and therefore Arjuna, you should, and so God is continuing to explain Arjuna, okay. Therefore Arjuna, because why all this is, Arjuna said, how should we develop attachment, and how should we remember you, and all those questions he asked, right? That's why. So therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your duties of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Okay, so God is telling, okay, so whatever activity you do, you always fix your mind to me. Okay, see, like how at the end, Bhishma Pitamaha attained liberation. Okay, at the same time, though Bharat Maharaj was so devotional, he was performing so much, but at the time of death, he remembered the deer, and so he had to again come back. Okay, so because he is not, because he has developed again an attachment. Okay, so you should not always. That's what God tells. Don't get attached to the fruitive activities. Don't get attached to the fruitive. That is what he's trying to tell us. Okay, don't we always attach to the result. Okay, so he says, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your duties of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me, your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Okay, like how Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, so this is Prahlad Maharaj. We all know, right? I mean, you know, his father is Hiranyakashipu. Okay, he's always, because Prahlad Maharaj, from his birth, okay, from when he is born, he is always thinking of the Lord. Okay, he's always thinking of the Lord. He's always doing Harinam Japa, right? He's always talking. I mean, he's always praying to Narayana, right? And Hiranyakashipu is very upset because his son is not listening to me. Okay, because the father gets angry that my son he loves Narayana more than me. How can that be possible? He's born as my son, and he loves Narayana more than me. He's devoting all his time for Narayana. Okay, so he's very upset about that. And then what he does, he almost every time he attempts to kill his son, because his son is worshipping Narayana. Okay, because he wants his son to worship Hiranyakashipu. He wants to worship his father. I mean, he wants Prahlad Maharaj to worship Hiranyakashipu. But Prahlad Maharaj, he from when he is in the womb only, Narada Muni would have given him instructions. Okay, he would have told him all the glories of Lord Narayana, and that's how from when he is born only, from the womb only, he becomes a devotee of Narayana. Okay, and therefore he is always chanting the name of Narayana, and Hiranyakashipu gets very angry, and every day he tries to one or the other way he wants to kill. One day he asks a mother to feed him poison, another day he will send elephants to kill him, another day he will send those his people, okay, the soldiers, to kill him and take him and throw him from a high hill. Okay, so every day he plans one or the other way to kill his son, but every time Lord Narayana, because Prahlad Maharaj is constantly chanting the Narayana's name. Okay, every time Narayana helps him in some or the other way. Okay, he's always, every day he is the father is not able to kill the son, and the son is saved by Narayana, and so he develops even more faith in Lord Narayana. Okay, so that's how. So he says, so if you fix your mind upon him, okay, mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Okay, so that's what God is telling. Okay, and then he says, he who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, O Partha, Arjuna, is sure to reach me. Okay, so he's saying you should constantly engage in remembering me, then you are sure to reach me. And he also says one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest. Okay, why we call smaller? How God is telling, he's saying I'm smaller than the smallest. Okay, why? Because he is not seen to us. Okay, he is not seen to us. That is the reason. He who is oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything. Okay, he is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, who is always a person. Okay, we always see God as a person. Okay, he is born. See, like how Arjuna is able to see the Lord. Okay, he's seeing Krishna next to him, but he still not realized that Krishna is the God. Okay, only later chapters he will understand the actual strength of Lord Krishna. Okay, and only in the later coming chapters you will get to know where Krishna shows his actual form to Arjuna, and then Arjuna will be so surprised. Okay, and he almost gets scared of Lord Krishna. Okay, seeing his strength, he gets scared, and he will say, no, I am comfortable seeing you like my friend next to me. Okay, so he's always seeing Krishna as the as a friend. Okay, he is always seeing him in the two-handed form, as like a human form he's seen him. So he will say, I want to see you like that only. Okay, that we will see in the next chapters. Okay, so he's saying, that's why he say who is always a person. Okay, he is luminous like a sun, and he is transcendental beyond this material nature. Okay, so the glory. Okay, so like an energy or like a light, he has the brightness, and he's transcendental beyond this material nature. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to the temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Okay, so one who becomes a yogi, okay, the yogis are who have already reached. In the last chapter, we saw that eightfold steps, right? The process steps. Okay, one who reaches the samadhi state. Okay, they are the yogis. Okay, they would have already crossed the ladder, and they would have reached that bhakti phase. Okay, so they will not return back to this temporary world which is full of, why we should not come back to this material world is because it is full of miseries, okay, because they have attained the highest perfection. So from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So one who goes near to the Lord will never be able to come back. Yeah, I'll stop this here. We'll go to the next presentation. Yeah, so this is the important shloka of this chapter, which says Antakale cha mama eva smaran mukta kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayaha. Okay, so the meaning is, and whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attain my nature of this there is no doubt. Okay, so this I already explained, right? So this is to show the Bhishma Pitamaha's scene. Okay, so you can see here, Arjuna is hitting the arrow on the ground and Ganga is falling into Bhishma's mouth. Okay, so if you see here, okay, Ganga is falling into his mouth. So all of us, so when should we start our devotional service? We should start our devotional service in the childhood itself, okay? Like Prahalad Maharaj or like Prabhupada, okay? So this is the picture of Prabhupada. When he was young only, he was a complete a devotee of Lord Krishna. So I want all of you to recite once, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama.
Yes, good. Okay. So who is God? Is he a person and what is his form? God is Krishna, okay, and he's a person, okay. Why we call him person? Because he appears to us in the two-handed form, okay. That's why he's a person and he has the Shama Sundara form. We should meditate on that form, okay. This form of the Lord, okay. That's why we worship the Lord as a deity in our house, right? So if you see in the puja room, okay, all of you might have observed, okay, your parents would have kept small idols, okay, which is in the two-handed form, the Lord's two-handed form. In the deity form, or even in the temples, we see the deity form of the Lord, right? So who looks like a common, okay. So that's how you will be able to you will also feel comfortable, okay. So we can that's how we are able to get connected to the Lord, okay. But if you actually realize the actual energy of the Lord, then you will you may get scared, okay. So you may get scared, and that's why he always appears like a person for us, okay. So he's a person and he has the Shama Sundara form, and we should meditate on that form, okay. Yeah, this is the bhajan that you should practice for today. Ishwar is there, or anybody who can recite this bhajan, who knows this bhajan? Yeah, Ishwar and Geetika.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivaradari, Yashodhana Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah, very good. Okay. So all of you should recite this bhajan, and tomorrow with the shloka, you should also recite the bhajan. Okay. So each line you can tell twice. जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ, जय गिरिवरधारी, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरवनचारी, जय राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी. Okay, so you can sing, you can recite, practice the bhajan also. Okay. Yes, so today we will see another story of Krishna, Brahma Vimohana Leela. Okay, so we share. Yeah, I'll give you a chance. Wait. Okay, so in this we saw, right, he is the creator. Adi Yagna, this Adi Bhuta, Adi Yagna, okay, the meaning, okay. So he's the creator. We all know Brahma as the creator, okay. But Brahma is the creator for the material world, okay. But actual creator of the universe is Lord Krishna, okay. And yes, Brahma Vimohana Leela today. We'll see what is the Leela, okay.
Yes,
Yes, you can
Mataji.
tell, you can recite, you can tell the story.
Mataji, one day Krishna was playing with his friends and then they got hungry and they were feeling hungry. So they ate butter and everyone shared their lunch with Krishna. Then Brahma saw Krishna and wanted to test him. As his assistant told, this little Krishna is the creator of the creator, means he is a creator of you. Then Brahma misunderstood and thought, why don't I kidnap this boy's friend cows? Then first he kidnapped the cows and Krishna friends complained to Krishna that where did all the cows go? Then Krishna told that I'll go and bring them. Then Krishna went and after some time when he returned he found that his friends are also disappeared.
Then Krishna found there a sheep that was with a pink glitter and a bird, a crane feather. So then Krishna got to know that, oh, this is Brahma's plan and everything. Then already it was evening and it was time to go for, home. Then Krishna made all his friends with his own avatars and took all of them home. Then all of the Mayas, Gopis were very happy seeing them, like they were seeing like Krishna and they thought they're very beautiful. So at the next day, Brahma once again came and saw what happened. How all of them are here. Then Krishna Krishna also saw him. So Krishna once again removed them and told, see Brahma, here are my small avatars of this. So I created them like this. Then next day Brahma came
And
Yeah.
then he asked for further forgiveness and then he returned back all Krishna's friends and cows. But before this, when Brahma arrived the next day, then he was surprised that there were many Brahmas like him. There were thousands and thousands of Brahmas like him. Then he understood that he was not only the one Brahma in the world, there are so many Brahmas and Krishna is the creator of him. So in this way he understood that Krishna is the supreme Lord and we cannot underestimate the power of Krishna. cows of Krishna.
Correct. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So here Krishna teaches a lesson. Okay. So the other day we saw that how Krishna teaches in Govardhana Leela, we saw how Krishna teaches the lesson to Lord Indra. Similarly, here today in Brahma Vimohana Leela, he teaches a lesson to the Lord Brahma. Okay, it so happens that one day, Krishna's friends, okay, they ask him to get some butter from because they'll be playing every day. Their job, what they do, they take the cows, they leave the cows for gazing, and then these boys all continuously play. Okay, so whatever they would have got, they'll finish, and then because they are full day playing, they again get hungry, and so they will ask Krishna, please go get something for us to eat. Okay, and so when Krishna goes to get them, in the meantime, Brahma comes and he wants to teach a lesson to Krishna. Okay, and so what he'll do, he'll plan up to disappear all the cows, all his friends, everybody. So everybody, he will take them off. Okay, he'll take them off, and then see, you can see he's taking all the boys. Even the cows, everything. Okay, and then Krishna comes, and then he sees, he'll see this feather. Okay, and then he will understood that Brahma has come here. Okay, and he has taken all of them. We'll get to know what has happened because he's the supreme controller, right? So he gets to know what has happened, and then he will think he himself. Okay, but it's the time. Okay, they have to go back to their houses, right? It's late in the evening. Everybody should go back. Even he should take back the calves, everything. Okay, and so what he'll do, he himself will multiply. Okay, Krishna himself will multiply into all his friends, as well as the cow, calf, everything. Okay, because he's present in all, right? So he himself will expand in so many form, in all their forms, and everybody will safely reach the house, and nobody in the house will get to know. Okay, and then later, the next day, Brahma realizes what has happened, and again he'll come back. Okay, then he'll think, what have I done? I've underestimated the supreme controller himself. Okay, and so he will ask forgiveness. Okay, then he'll come in front of Vishnu, and he'll ask Vishnu forgiveness. Okay, and he'll also get to understand, okay, how the Lord is maintaining so many things on the earth. Okay, so that's how he will teach a lesson to the Lord Brahma. Okay, yeah, so we will see another pastime of the Lord. That is today's story is on Shamantaka jewel. Okay, yes, let me give for, yes, Manan, read.
There was a king of the name Stature with the ancient of travel drum. He was a great decorator of the sun good.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a king, and his name is Satrajit. Okay, and he is a very and his kingdom is near Dwarka. Okay, Dwarka Dham, and again the Satrajit is a very great devotee of the demigod Surya, or the sun god. Okay, he is also called Surya, right? The sun god. Okay, and it so happens that the sun god is pleased with him, or by his devotion, and he gives him a sorry. Okay, so you can see here, he gives him a precious stone. Okay, precious diamond. He gives him a diamond. Okay, yes. Jyotiraditya, read.
As benedicted, the sun god awarded him a
Shamantaka
Samantaka jewel that would produce 170 pounds of gold every day.
Yeah, okay. So the sun god, he's pleased with the devotions of Satrajit, and so he gives him a very precious stone. Okay, and what is the speciality of the stone is that it will produce 170 pound of gold every day. Okay, so much gold it is going to produce every day. Yeah, it is going to give him so much of gold. Okay, and so what? And it so happens that everybody gets to know about it, and even Krishna gets to know about it, and then Krishna will come and instruct Satyajit. Yes, Dipyaman, read.
Yes, Mataji. King Agrasena was a warlord of many dynasties and happened to be the grandfather of Krishna. Krishna asked Satyajit to present the Shyamantaka jewel of King Agrasena.
Yeah. Okay, so
Thank
he
you,
will.
Mataji.
Yes. Okay, so Krishna will. Everybody will get to know. Okay, that this one Satyajit has got the blessings from the sun god, and the sun god has given him a precious stone which will every day give him 170 pounds. Okay, that means approximately 77 kgs of gold every day he's getting. Okay, he's becoming richer and richer every day. Okay, right? So Krishna will come and instruct him that King Ugrasena was the overlord of many dynasties and happened to be the grandfather of Krishna. Krishna asked Satyajit to present the Shamantaka jewel to King Ugrasena. Okay, so who is this King Ugrasena? He is nobody other than grandfather of Krishna. Okay, or he is the father of Kamsa. Okay, Kamsa and Devaki. Okay, and he is the grandfather for Krishna, right? Devaki is his mother, Krishna's mother, right? So he becomes the grandfather for Krishna. Okay, and so and Ugrasena will be he'll be a bigger king. Okay, he'll be a bigger king compared to Satyajit. And so Krishna will come and tell him that you hand over that Shamantaka jewel to Ugrasena, King Ugrasena. But Satyajit will get angry. Okay, because he has because the god got pleased from the sun god got pleased with his devotion, and he has given him, or he has blessed him with the stone, and he doesn't want to share that with anybody. All right, and so Satyajit will not listen to what Krishna says. Okay, and then let's see, Vihan, read.
Satyajit refused to abide by the order of Krishna. Krishna did not deliver the jewel to him.
Yeah, so Satyajit refused to abide by the orders of Krishna and did not deliver the jewels to him. So okay, he will not listen to what Krishna said. Okay, because he feels that God has given it to me, the sun god has given it to me, why should I give it to somebody else? Okay, that is the feeling he has. Okay, and this person is Satyajit's brother. Okay, he wears the Shamantaka jewel, and he will start showing off his jewelry to the entire people there. Okay, to his he will go for a round throughout the entire city, and everybody will get to know about the jewelry and all that. Okay, so yes, Aditya, read.
Yes, Mataji. Next day,
Satyajit.
Satyajit's young brother Prasanna put the jewel on his neck and rode on horseback into the forest, making a slow of his material
Opulence.
of opulence.
Yeah, okay, so so what happens, this his name is Prasanna. Okay, so he is the brother of Satyajit. Okay, so he will wear that jewel, and he will roam about everywhere, so that all people should know that he's under the possession of Shamantaka money, and he's showing off. Okay, he's showing off his jewelry to all the people there around. Okay, and so it so happens that when he does that, Pavika, read.
Yes, ma'am. Next day, Satyajit's younger brother Prasanna put the jewel on his neck and rode on horseback into the forest, making a show of his materials opulence. While he was moving in the forest, a big lion attacked him, killing both him and the horse, and took away the jewel to his cave.
Yeah. So, and it so happens that because he's passing by the forest, a big lion. Okay. So a big lion will attack him and it will kill him as well as the horse. Okay. It will kill both of them. And because of the shining Shamantaka Mani, it sees and it also gets attracted to the jewel and it will carry the jewel. It will take away the jewel from his body. Okay. And then,
Mataji, can I read?
yes, read.
This news was received by the gorilla's king, Jambavan, who killed the lion and took away the jewel. Jambavan had been a great devotee of the Lord. Since the time of Lord Ramakandra, he did not take the valuable jewel as something he needed. So he gave it to his young son to play with it.
Yeah, okay. And it so happens that so here, okay, so when the lion is carrying, no, Jambavan will be there, who will be residing in a cave here, okay, and he's actually the gorilla king, okay, Jambavan, okay. So he'll be the gorilla king. He'll be in the cave here, and when the lion passes through the cave, he will see and he'll kill the lion and take that jewelry, okay, because it is so attractive. Okay, it is given by the sun god. Okay, the jewel is so attractive and it is every day it is going to give 170 pounds of gold, right? And that's why it is so precious. Okay, so this he sees that precious stone and he will take it. And but Jambavant is again a very great devotee of Lord Rama. Okay, and and so he is not interested in the jewels. Okay, he's not interested, but he finds it attractive and he takes it and gives it to his son. Okay, so that his son can play with it. Okay, and so he says Jambavan had been a great devotee of the Lord since the time of Lord Ramachandra. He did not take the valuable jewel as something he needed, so he gave it to his young son to play with it. Okay, and then yes, Sampriti, read.
Yes, Mataji. When Prasanna did not return from the forest with the jewel, Satrajit became very upset. He thought that Krishna might have taken the jewel away from Prasanna by force and kill him. This idea grew into a rumor which was being spread in every part of Dwaraka by Satrajit.
Yeah. Okay. So Satrajit, so he is Satrajit will wait till the evening. His brother won't
Mataji?
return. Yeah.
Upset means what, Mataji?
Upset means he is not happy with that situation. Okay.
And rumor means?
Rumor means you spread some false news. You
Okay.
spread a news which is not actually true.
Okay, Mataji, thanks.
Yeah. So, so it so happens that he had given the jewelry to his brother, right? So his brother went around all the city, forest, everywhere to show off his jewelry. But in the process, what happened? The lion killed and took off the jewelry. And so his brother won't be able to return back to the palace. And Satrajit will wait till the evening and he sees his brother has not returned back. So he won't know actually what has happened. Without thinking, he will start blaming Lord Krishna, because Krishna had asked him to hand over that Shamantaka jewel to Ugrasena, right? King Ugrasena. And so he will say, Krishna has robbed my jewelry. Okay, he has taken my jewelry, I guess, I think. And so he'll spread that rumors throughout Dwarka. And after listening to that, Krishna will be very sad. Okay, he feels very sad. What is this happen? Okay, he told it with good intention, but Satrajit did not take it in the right sense, right? And so, yes, what was it? Deepanvita,
Krishna did not like to be defamed in this manner. Therefore, he 1 minute, ma'am.
He decided.
He decided to go to the forest and find the Shamantaka jewel.
Yeah. Okay, so Krishna will be very upset after, because why he is blaming this? Another reason is because Krishna from young, he is known that he keeps, he was called as Makan Chor, right? Okay, because he used to go to houses and without the knowledge of people inside the house, they used to steal butter, they used to eat and all that. Okay, that is also another reason why Satyajit will tell this. Okay, so Krishna feels very bad. And he'll be thinking, and then he will say, okay, let me only, so he decides that this Satyajit is spoiling my name, and therefore he decides to go and search for the jewelry. Okay, so he wants to find out what happened to that. Okay, and then, yes, Shrihan, read.
Mataji,
Shrihan, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Krishna reached Jambavan's cave. Jambavan first challenged Krishna to fight. There was a great fight between Krishna and Jambavan. They fought like two opposing vultures. Fighting continued for 28 days.
Yeah. Okay.
Mataji,
Yes.
vultures means what, Mataji?
Vulture means it will be like the eagle, right? It's a family of that eagle family. It will be like the eagle, but they eat flesh, and they eat flesh. Okay,
Mataji?
so it's a kind of bird. It's a kind of bird. Vultures are a kind of bird.
Mataji, in Telugu, it will call Rabandu.
In Telugu, I don't know what is it called in Telugu. It'll be like it belongs to a family of flesh eating birds. Okay,
Okay,
they
Mataji.
survive on human flesh, or flesh of animal and human flesh. Okay, they eat that. So
Yeah,
they,
Mataji, I
yeah.
now understand.
Yes. Okay, so it so happens that Krishna reached Jambavan's cave. Okay, so he comes in search in the forest, and then he finds the cave, and he also meets Jambavan, and he will ask him, inquire him, and Jambavan will not know who Krishna is. Okay, he doesn't actually know the who Krishna is, and so there will be some argument, and then they will start fighting each other. Okay, and so they will fight for so long time. Okay, it's 28 days, because even Jambavant is very strong king. Okay, he'll also be very strong. Okay, even Lord Rama, I mean, he will be in the, he will also be one of the main person, okay, to defeat the Ravana and his army, right? And so he will also be very strong, and again he is also a devotee of Lord Rama. Okay, so that's why it becomes even for Krishna to fight, I mean, to defeat him very easily. Okay, it will not be very easy for Krishna to defeat Jambavanta, because Jambavanta is already a devotee of Lord Rama. Okay, and so they fight for I mean, for almost a month. Okay, they fight for almost a month, and later Jambavanta will become very tired, because he's already very old. Jambavanta will be very old. He'll be an aged person. Okay, but in spite of that, he will have the capacity to fight the Lord. Okay, and so he becomes tired at the end. He becomes tired, and yes. Adrit Raj, read. Adrit Raj, you are there?
Mataji, what is the meaning of defamed?
Defame means you are spoiling somebody's name. Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
That is, you falsely blame somebody, and say, suppose in the class, okay, somebody has a very good name. Okay, and then some small incident happens, you try to blame that person, and you try to spoil their name. Okay, the image that they have, you try to spoil that good image. Okay, that is called as defaming. Okay,
Mataji,
Shanta Krishna, read. Yeah, we'll finish. Yeah.
ma'am,
Shanta,
My dear Lord, I can understand why why are you who are the supreme person of God record head wrote
glorified the Lord. After being defeated, Jambavan glorified the Lord. Yeah. Can you read this? Adritraj is reading, huh?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Can you read this also? Yes.
Stories of everyone started to start the
My dear Lord, I can now understand who you are.
My dear Lord, I can now understand
Who you are.
who you are.
You are the supreme personality of
You are the supreme personality of
Godhead,
Godhead,
Lord Vishnu,
Lord Vishnu,
the source of everyone's strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. Okay, and then finally,
Renunciation means?
yeah, I'll tell. Renunciation, I told no that you are, though God has all the strength, okay, the six opulence we showed, right? He's so beautiful. He has lot of strength. He is famous. He has, he's very rich. He's very
He has
beautiful.
wealth also, Mataji.
Yes. Okay. In spite of all that, you remain unseen. Okay. He told, no, I am the smallest of the, he told, right, I am very small, he says. Okay. Though he is, he has so many things, but he'll remain unseen. You are not able to see him. That is called as renunciation. Okay. Not to be heard, not to be seen. Okay, so after being defeated, Jambavanta glorified the Lord. My dear Lord, I can now understand who you are. You are the supreme. Finally, Jambavanta will be able to realize the Lord. Okay, so he sees, he'll be able to see Lord Rama in him. Okay, and then he says, I know, I can now understand who you are. You are the supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the source of everyone's strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. Okay, that is, in spite of all that, he is not seen. Okay, God is not seen to us. And so then, yes, Shanta Krishna, read.
Mataji,
Lord
can I
Krishna
read?
become
Yeah, I'll give the next slide, don't worry.
Okay.
Who is it? Yeah, Shanta Krishna, you read. After that, let her read.
Ma'am, can I read? Sorry. Lord, ma'am, I just want to tell you something. Can I say?
Yeah.
Ma'am, just now she say what we call this word in Telugu. I can say what we call that in Telugu. Can you say which was he asked?
Telugu,
Yeah.
uh,
Which was he asked?
okay, that we will discuss later. You tell this. I will ask. Yeah.
Lord Krishna become
Satisfied.
Lord Krishna became satisfied
be the
prayers of Jambavan
prayers of Jamban
to mitigate
to metal the
pains of his body.
place of this body
He began to smear his lotus palm
all over the body of
Jambavan. Jambavan at once felt relieved
released from the
fatigue of
of the
great fight.
great fight.
Yeah, okay. So once Jambavan will read, he'll ask sorry. Okay, he'll ask sorry for Lord Krishna because he didn't know. Okay, at first instant he didn't know, but later he gets to understand. He will realize that I am fighting with the Lord. Okay, what a mistake I have done. Okay, he will realize that, and then he will ask him, and then Lord Krishna becomes. So once he will ask forgiveness, then Lord Krishna will forgive him. Okay, because it is Jambavanta did not know. Okay, and he feels that somebody came in search, and the purpose also he didn't know, and he's asking for Shamantakamani. So he don't know who is this person, why he is asking. So he tries to protect himself. Okay, and so later when he realizes Lord Krishna, it is Lord Krishna and his incarnation of Lord Vishnu, then he will ask forgiveness, and then God also forgives him, and he will simply he'll just rub his hand on his body. Okay, so all his pain, okay, because they would have fought for almost a month. Okay, and Jambavanta was already an old person. Okay, so he'll be so tired, and he'll have a body ache and all that. But as soon as the Lord touches body, right? See here, when Krishna is touching his body, he gets relieved of all his pain. Okay, he'll be relieved of all his pain. And then, yes, read, ma.
Yes, Mataji. Jambavan, yes. Jambavan immediately delivered the Samantakamani jewel to Krishna to satisfy the Lord. He also gave his daughter Jambavati's hand in marriage to Lord Krishna.
He also gave, yeah. Okay, so Jambavan, then he will, once he realized that it was Lord Krishna who has come,
Mataji,
yeah.
Mataji, in the upward, you have kept that young son. Now it has came as daughter, Mataji.
No, Jambavan will have both son and daughter.
Okay, Mataji. I didn't know that. So I asked you.
Yeah, okay. So he'll have both son and daughter. So he will give, okay, he will ask forgiveness for the God, and then he will say, kindly marry my daughter. I have a daughter who her name is Jambavati. Okay, so he'll ask, kindly marry my daughter and forgive me for what I did. Okay, and so Krishna will marry her, his daughter. Okay, Krishna will marry Jambavati. Okay, and then he comes back, and he also, along with his daughter, he also gives he will return the Shamantakamani to Lord Krishna, because he will realize what has happened, and how Krishna is being defamed for not his mistake. Okay, he has not done anything. He only did, what he did was, he told, kindly hand over that Shamantakamani to King Ugrasena, because he is a bigger king. Okay, but Satyajit put it in a different way, right? And so then Jambavant will return back the Shamantaka money to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna brings it back to the kingdom of Satyajit. Okay, and he will return that to him. Yes. Whom I did not give today. Yeah, Ridhya, read.
Mataji,
Yeah.
I want to. Mataji, Mataji, but my mother told Krishna see in a Ganesh Chaturthi moon in a male. That's why he's married to Jambavanti.
That's what
Mataji, I am Samprati. Can I tell one thing?
Yeah. Ishwar,
Mataji, is Jambavati Krishna's fourth wife, or which number?
yeah, she'll also, Krishna will have many wives, right? So she's also one of the wife. Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah.
Please.
Rukmini also is his wife. Jambavati is his wife. Okay, he'll have many wives. Okay, so even this Satyajit.
Mataji, after this, can I see the names of Krishna?
Yes. Okay, you can say. So then King Ugrasena called for a meeting of all important kings and chiefs, and he also invited Satrajit. In that assembly, Krishna explained the whole incident of recovering the Shamantaka jewel from Jambavan. Okay, so Krishna will explain, okay, in front of all the kings and in front of Satrajit. Krishna will tell what actually had happened and how he was able to get back the jewelry from Jambavan. Okay, and then Satrajit will feel very ashamed, okay, for the act that he did. Okay, he simply blamed Lord Krishna for his brother had taken the jewelry and he lost it in the forest, right? And he lost his life also, and somehow it reached Jambavan. But Krishna was blamed for the jewelry. Right?
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, read, ma.
Krishna wanted to return the valuable jewel to King Satrajit. Satrajit, however, became ashamed as he had unnecessarily defamed Krishna. He accepted the jewel in his hand but remained silent, bending his head downwards.
Yeah, so once Krishna narrates what happened and he gives back the jewelry, Satrajit will be very ashamed of himself and he won't know what to say. Okay, he'll just bend his head. And then he will again, Satrajit will ask forgiveness to the Lord. Okay, and then he'll say he'll also have a daughter. Okay, and her name is Satyabhama. Okay, and so he will say, kindly marry my daughter. Forgive for what I did and kindly accept my daughter, okay, as your wife. Okay, he will say. Yes, read. Ishwar, read. Or Pranav, read.
Mataji, I wanted to read.
Yeah, read.
Yes, Mataji. Satrajit was truly afflicted by the offense he had committed towards Krishna. He sincerely wanted to rectify it. From within, Krishna gave him good intelligence. Hence, Satrajit decided to hand over to Krishna both his jewel and his beautiful daughter Satyabhama.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I said, okay. So he'll ask forgiveness and he'll say, kindly kindly accept my daughter as your wife. Okay. So yes, read this slide, ma.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Should I read it?
Yes, read.
Lord Krishna, pleased upon Satrajit, informed him that he did not in any way need to Shaimataka jewel. He said, it's better to let the jewel remain in the temple as you had kept it. Everyone will derive benefit from the jewel as a result of the jewel's presence in the city of Dwaraka. There will be no famine disturbances created by pestilence and excessive heat or cold.
Yeah. Okay, so the Lord will save. Okay, so Satrajit, so because he's ashamed and he'll ask sorry, and he'll also hand over and he'll ask him to accept his daughter. Krishna will forgive him. Okay, Krishna will forgive him and he'll say, it's okay, no problem. You keep the jewelry in the temple, like how you had already kept it in the temple. You keep it in the temple so that everybody in Dwarka will get the benefit of the jewelry. Okay, because it is so auspicious jewelry that it is prospering. Okay, it is a sign of prosperity, right? And so by this jewel being in the temple, it will relieve everybody in the we will not have any famine, we will not have any disturbances created, we will not suffer from excess of heat or excess of cold. Okay, so God tells that and he says, he instructs Satrajit to keep it in the temple. Okay, so
Dwarka.
Yeah.
Dwarka Dishna Krishna ki jai.
Yeah, Dwarka Disha
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
so all of you recite Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, I wanted to repeat Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so all of you should practice reciting the Mahamantra, okay? And before reciting the Mahamantra, tell the Panchatattva mantra and then recite the Mahamantra, okay? And yes, yeah. Deepanvita, what doubt you have?
Mataji, Krishna has 16,008 wives, Mataji.
Yeah, 16,108 wife, right? Yeah. Sampriti? Yeah, tell the names. Shanta, you were asking about vultures in Telugu, right? Shanta Krishna, I think, wants to give the answer for that. What is it? Okay, she's showing her drawing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is nice, Shanta Krishna. Yes, tell the names, ma.
Yes, Mataji. Bali, Chaturbhuj, Dhanavendra, Dhayalu,
How many names you wrote down? How many names you wrote?
Some names, Mataji.
Okay, say. You didn't count? Okay.
No, Mataji.
Okay, fine, tell.
Shyamasundar, Sudarshana, Sumedha, Suresham, Swargapati, Trivikrama, Upendra, Vaikuntanatha, Vardhamana, Vasudev, Vishnu, Vishwadakshina, Vishwakarma, Vishwabhuti, Vishwarupa, Vishwatva, Vishwatma, Virish, Pavara, Yadavendra, Yogi, Yoginam, Pati.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Yes. Manan, show your drawing properly. I saw.
Mataji,
Show
you
it to
asked
everybody.
today to show us drawing. I made 2 drawings. Can I show to you?
Yes. Manan, you also
remove
show
my
properly so
background
that everybody sees your drawing.
And do you see my drawing? Sir, Mataji, do you see my drawing?
Remove my
Yeah.
Mataji, 1 second. I
Okay.
will take my
Raise
background.
it a little high. Raise it a little high, Manan. I can only see the top portion. Ah, yeah. Good. Very nice. Yes, what about others? Yes, Pavika.
Yes, ma'am. I have written 21 names of Lord Krishna.
Okay. Yes, I saw your drawing also, Shanta Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. Can I tell?
Yes, tell.
Yes, ma'am. Achyata, Amayutaman, Ananta, Ari Sadna, Avay, Balamurali, Baleshwara, Banu, Nand Gopal, Rishikesha, Ranchod, Nand Kumara, Gopala, Dwarakadish, Govind, Hari Medas, Kana, Krishna, Madhav, Keshav, Gokula.
Very good.
Mataji, can I show my drawings?
Yes, Shoma. Wow, very beautiful. Very nice.
One more drawing also is there, Mataji. In my drawing book, I made so many drawings.
Okay, okay. Very
I
nice.
made Durga.
Yeah, this is also very nice. Very
Then,
good.
then even I want
Mataji, I made one Durga drawing. Can I show to you?
Yeah, you can show, no problem. Yes, Pranav, recite the shloka. Yeah, this is also nice. Very nice.
Thanks, Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, I will just speak. Just give me
Yeah.
a second. Yes, Mataji. Mataji, yes, Mataji. Daiva Haesha Gunmai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metama Tarentite.
Yeah, very good.
Mataji, I know one shloka. Can I tell?
Yeah. Those who want to leave can leave. If you are finished, I mean, if you want to leave, you can leave. Those who
Mataji,
want-
I want to say one shloka, Mataji.
Yeah, say quickly. It's already 6:38 it is. We'll end the class fast. Okay?
Okay, Mataji, I will tell. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charunamardana Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Yeah, good.
Bye, Mataji.
Bye. Aditya, you've typed so many names here. Rishikesha, Keshava, Murali, Manohara, Ranjit, Gopal, Dwarkadisha, Nandakumara, Madhusudana, Navanita Chora, Partha Sarathi, Madhava, Yadunandana, Gopinatha, Nandalala, Radhava Vallabha, Yogeshwara, Bhakta Vatsala, Giridhara, Panduranga, Govinda, Vishwakarma, Shamasundara, Vasudeva, Mukunda. Yeah, very good. Okay.
Mataji, which is the link to see the recordings, Mataji?
Oh, I didn't share that link. Okay, today I will share, ma. Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
The WhatsApp in my laptop is not opening. I'll do it. I'll share it today. Don't worry. Now we
Okay,
can get
Mataji.
Okay.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna to all of you. Okay.
Hare
We'll meet
Krishna,
tomorrow.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow then. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.